Good morning, Indira Shah here. Today I just want to show you how to make bisi bele bath. Many of my friends wanted me to take a video of this and post it on my YouTube channel in the name of Indira Shah. So let me just show you how to make it the original way. Okay. So the main thing what we require is dal, rice. I have taken equal quantity of rice and tuver dal. This is tuver dal. Okay, this is the usual rice, the cooking rice. I have taken equal amount. You can take little more, maybe 1 or 2 spoons more of dal. Okay, one thing keep it in mind, whenever you make bisibele bath, the quantity whatever you take, the rice and dal, take little less than the usual quantity because this will increase in the volume. Okay, so I have taken these two equal. I have added haldi already, and the vegetables, I always use lots of vegetables because we need vegetables, especially during this season, COVID season. The vegetables that you require is carrot. Peel the carrot and cut them into cubes, and cut potato into cubes, then beans. Then I always add groundnut. So groundnut seeds, and then you need any one water vegetable like this is ash gourd. I have taken ash gourd and chow chow, both chayote they say. Both I have taken, and these are the vegetables. You can also add turnip. Turnip gives a good taste, and peas you can add. Anything you can add. Okay, these are the vegetables, and these vegetables, tomato, onion and capsicum, these are must for bisibalabat, but this is at the time of garnishing. So what you do is mix all these things together in a cooker. I'll just show you. I have added rice and dal. Now add all the vegetables. Okay, now add the required salt. You can always add a little less. Then this is especially for the beginners. You try to add less, and if you feel the salt is less, you can always add more. So salt, haldi I have already added. Now add water in such a way that all these are immersed well in the water. Okay, now you have to cook this for only 2 whistles. Only 2 whistles. Count the whistles, otherwise the whole thing will become mushy. Okay, you have added salt and haldi. So many of you may think that if I add salt in the dal, will it get cooked? Yes, it will get cooked very well. Okay, so now cook it for 2 minutes. Now in the meantime, I'll just show you what is the ingredients for the masala. Now this is the main masala for the bisibelabat. The masala should be perfect because this is these are the things which adds taste to the bisibelabat. Okay, the main thing is dhania. Okay, I have taken half a cup of dhania. Okay, then quarter is chana dal, quarter chana dal, and red chilli. This is badgi chilli. This is less pungent, but then gives a good color. This you can add according to the taste, to your family taste. And this chilli is quite hot. This is grown by me, and I have dried it. This gives the pungent taste. And you can always make a little more masala and keep it. Okay, this is to this I have taken 2 cardamom with the skin, whatever it is here, with the cover, with the jacket. Okay, then I have taken 3 cloves, just 3, and I have taken a piece of cinnamon, and this is very important. This is called as Marathi moggu. Moggu means bud. Okay, so this is Marathi moggu. 2 I have taken, and then you need copra, about half a cup of dry copra. Okay, not the fine copra. So what you should do is you have to fry everything separately with a drop of ghee or oil, anything. Now I am going to mix these two and fry. Then you can mix all these things and fry. First you fry the masala and keep it. See, I have put on the gas and just frying the spice. In the meantime, this side the cooker is getting ready. I have to wait for the just 2 whistles, just 2. When you fry this, don't keep the flame high. Okay, there are chances of burning but not frying. So always keep it low. It may take time, but then it will not end up burning. Now the masala is fried. I'm just removing it. Here I have put dhania and chana dal. I have added just one drop of oil. Now fry this till pink. Here, this is turning pink. Always make sure that you are frying continuously. It's not that you just put it in the pan and go here and there. No, because it should be evenly fried. Okay. Now next is copra. Now I am frying copra till pink. This copra, don't mix it with this, because this should be always grounded at the end. If you try to grind copra with dhania and others, the dhania and the chili may not get grounded. So always this should be added at the end. Okay, now fry this till pink. Now fry the chili. Okay, just add a spoon of oil. When you fry the chili, keep your exhaust fan on. Otherwise, you will be coughing, sneezing, and if there are small children or old people in the house, then it's certainly a problem. So keep the exhaust on and keep frying. Okay, keep frying. It should not turn black. Then the taste of the bisibelabath will be a little bit bitter because of over frying. Neither it should be, the masala should not be over fried or under fried. It should be perfectly fried. Frying is an art, in fact. My mother always used to tell me, frying is an art. You take something like this, see, which has a curve like this, so it will be easy for you to turn around. The chili. Here. See, turning them makes it easy. Okay, now all the masalas have been fried. So allow it to cool for a second. Once it is cooled, you can grind them to a fine paste. You have to grind all these masalas together, and after grinding it, then add the copra and again turn the mixie on and make it a fine powder. Okay. Now till the masala cools down for grinding, let me make the tadka. So what you need is, you need a spoon of oil, any oil. Ghee anyway you will be adding at the time of eating. On the bisibelabath you will be putting the ghee. So while frying you need not add ghee. Okay. So for tadka we need 2 spoons of oil. Then add turmeric. This is homemade turmeric. And then mustards. Now wait till it splutters. And asafoetida. asafoetida is very important. It gives a good taste, asafoetida. Now add the asafoetida. And here the vegetables that I have taken is capsicum, onion. You can take the shallots, the small sambar onion, that will taste more better. In fact, I didn't have that. So I have taken onion and tomatoes. And this is curry leaves. Okay, you can also add this. This also gives a taste. While eating, you can remove it. Always try to grow this in your terrace or ground, because I'll tell you why. This is my homegrown. I have about 5 curry leaves plants. Okay, now add salt to this. Okay, you have to add salt, and this should become, the tomatoes should get merged with capsicum and onion. So it should become mushy. Okay. Now let us cook this on low flame. I have grounded the masala. The color is less. Actually it should have been more red. I don't know. Maybe the difference in the chili. So now I will add copra. Now see, I am adding copra at the end, and now grinder. See, the masala is ready. Okay, it is little coarse. Let me grind it again. Here, after 2 whistles, it has cooked so well. Now, to this, you should take required tamarind juice. First, especially for the beginners, see, we are experienced, so we will know how much the tamarind I need for this. But for the beginners, you always put less. Then after tasting, if you think that you need it, you add more. Okay? So, this is the tamarind juice. And add little jaggery. Okay? Add little jaggery, the required jaggery. Now, add little water here, because everything should get mixed. Now, add the vegetables that you had made it for tadka. See, now I have added tamarind juice, then jaggery, and the vegetables that I had put it while tampering. Now let this cook for about a few minutes, say about 3 to 4 minutes. Then we can add little more water and the masala. Okay, see, this is the easiest and the tastiest way of making bisibelabath, because each one they make in their own way. But trust me, you follow this procedure, you will end up making an excellent lip-smacking bisibelabath. Many of my friends, whenever they come, they just call up and tell me, please make bisibelabath for me. So trust me, please make this. Follow the procedure properly. You will certainly make an excellent bisibelabath for your family. Now let this boil. Just one boil is enough. Try to add more vegetables. Vegetables not only give you a good vitamins and required minerals, it also gives a taste and it looks colorful. You can add peas too. Today I forgot to add peas. I had peas, in fact. I forgot to add peas. You can add nulkol. They say turnip. Nulkol also gives a very good taste. So these are the must and required vegetables for bisibelabath. Now see, this has just started boiling. Now mix the powder well. Mix it well. Okay, before adding, you should mix it well. Don't put the whole masala, whatever you have grounded. You add according to the taste, and this masala can be used for any rice dishes or for aloo fry, whatever it is. Or next time, just give it to your friend. I always share my Bismillah powder, because whenever I make Bismillah powder, I make little more. Whenever you use this kind of the bigger spoon, okay? Now spread this like this and give a thorough mix. Taste, you can always taste to find out whether the salt, sweet and the sourness is okay, or you need more masala. I am experienced, so I certainly know, but many young girls who will be watching my video are certainly not experienced, so they'll have a doubt how much to add. So always add less, so you can add again. If you add more and then to bring back to the normal taste, it's very tough. You need to do so many circles. So always add less and you can taste and add it again. Okay, now let this cook for some time. See, this is ready. I have put off the gas. Now let me garnish with cashew nuts and let me put it in a serving bowl and show it to you. Now the tasty, yummy, hot, spicy and sweet and sour Bisibelebath, Karnataka's well-known Bisibelebath is ready. Please follow the procedure, the recipe properly and make it, and give me your sincere feedback. I have garnished cashew nuts, with in the ghee, and I have put it topped on the Bisibelebath. Whenever you eat Bisibelebath, it should be hot, and then add a spoon of ghee. It tastes yummy. This chips can go well with Bisibelebath or bundi or even raita. That is cucumber raita also tastes good. But I love bundi with this. So thank you very much for watching my YouTube channel in the name of Indira Ashok Shah. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe it and press the bell button. So thank you again, and I look forward for your sincere feedback. Thank you. This is Vitvela.